What's up, family? We have some great news to share with you today regarding Social Security reform. We have a new bill that was just introduced that could make Social Security much safe for the future to come. We also know that the data shows that the entitlement program could become insolvent within the next decade, which is why lawmakers on Capitol Hill have been urgently trying to figure out a way to save the program from coming to an end. And with this piece of legislation, if passed, could be the solution to make sure that Social Security recipients are safe to know that the program will continue to pay when it's time for retirement for our future individuals. I've got the details to share with you in just a moment, but before we get started, you already know what to do. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, as well as hit the like button, as it really helps us grow on YouTube. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Okay, guys, check this article out right here. This is on Newsweek, guys. It says that Social Security could actually be safe for generations under this new tax plan. And as you can see, guys, this particular article came out just a couple of days ago. And yes, guys, it talks about right here that Social Security could remain solvent for generations to come if this new tax plan proposed by the Democratic lawmakers is enacted, which means that it is passed into law. And yes, guys, this information is according to the latest analysis of this particular plan. Now, it says that shoring up Social Security has become a major issue ahead of the 2024 presidential election. The annual Social Security and the Medicare Trustees Report warned us back in March of this year that the program's trust fund could be depleted in another decade, and it actually forecasted to cover only 77% of the benefits starting in 2033. But the Medicare and the Social Security Fair Share Act, which is this particular bill, which was introduced by Representative Brendan Boyle, which is a Democrat of Pennsylvania, and Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, which is a Democrat. And they said that this would actually extend Social Security's lifespan by at least 75 years, according to the analysis by the Social Security Administration Office of the Chief Actuary. So yes, guys, we have heard this before. You guys remember that where Senator Bernie Sanders introduced his own bill in which it was projected to actually make sure that Social Security ended up lasting for at least another 75 years as well. So again, guys, this is not the first time we have heard this, but it is an additional plan, considering that the previous plan that was introduced by Bernie Sanders didn't necessarily pick up a lot of traction at that particular time. But here we are again, guys, with a new bill on the table that is pretty much focused on our Medicare recipients as well as our Social Security beneficiaries. And anyways, guys, it says right here that the bill would require taxpayers making more than $400,000 per year to contribute a fairer share to Social Security. It would also require them to contribute more to Medicare, as well as to close a loophole that favors high earners and to ensure that wealthy owners of pass-through businesses like hedge funds and private equity firms with more than $400,000 in annual income cannot avoid to pay their Medicare taxes. And in their latest news release, Whitehouse and Boyle said that this piece of legislation, if passed, would extend Social Security solvency indefinitely by making the nation's highest earners contribute their fair share. Now, again, guys, if we go back to that particular wording of paying their fair share, all of the wealthy individuals believe that this is the worst thing ever, because it basically will just cause the wealthy individuals, the 1% of Americans, to just figure out a different way that they can actually avoid paying these particular taxes. But anyways, guys, on the flip side, we do have some honest millionaires and billionaires out there. They believe that the system is actually broken and the government needs to do something about it, if they want to make sure that the middle class individuals of this country end up surviving, guys, because as you can already see, the world is coming to an end, if you will, and pretty much the government, the world, the America is pretty much held up mostly by the middle class individuals. But anyways, guys, this particular new bill is targeting those wealthy individuals in the country because, as we all know, they are pretty much capped of the amount amount of income that they actually receive every single year, which forces them to be able to only pay the minimum into Medicare as well as into the Social Security Trust Fund. So anyways, guys, this particular change in this particular tax plan will actually remove that loophole, which would force those wealthy individuals to actually pay more money into these particular plans, which they are referring to this as paying their fair share. So anyways, guys, on the flip side of that, we already know that the Republicans, they are not on the same page as the Democrats. They are trying to do something totally different. Previously, they have also called to end the Social Security program altogether. And yes, guys, that is pretty much a very hard thing to do in the government. But we all know that that is very hard to do in Congress, in which we even heard from the House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy, at that particular time when the debt ceiling deal was on the table, in which Kevin McCarthy, he said that, look, this is not the end, even though we pretty much took Social Security and Medicare off the table during the debt ceiling plan and negotiations. This is not the end, guys. You will see us come back once again in regards to handling this, figuring out what we need to do to these particular entitlement programs. So yes, guys, on the flip side, the Republicans are still trying to end or at least diminish the amount of benefits that our Social Security recipients receive on a monthly basis. So again, guys, we have different views from different perspectives of Congress, and we'll just have to see how all this plays out, guys. But back to in regards to this particular new tax plan, it says right here that this particular Fair Share Act would actually strengthen Medicare and Social Security taxes, and it lists out the key findings of this particular tax plan that was recently introduced, and I want to share those with you today. It says that the Medicare and Social Security Fair Share Act would actually reform the taxes that Americans pay to finance these two important programs so that the richest 2% of Americans pay these taxes on most of their income the way that the middle class taxpayers already do. This is something big that Warren Buffett has talked about many times before. He has pretty much made the statement that his secretary, his administration officer, actually pays more in taxes than he does. And he makes billions of dollars every single year. So we know that the current tax plan is pretty much corrupt and they need to fix it, in which this particular tax plan will actually do just that. But anyways, guys, the second key finding on the list, it says that most working Americans receive all or nearly all of their income in the form of earnings from work and pay taxes on all of these earnings to finance Medicare and Social Security. But the same is not true for these high income Americans, those individuals that make more than $400,000 per year. In addition to that, it says that first, the Social Security tax only applies to earnings up to the capped amount, which is projected to be around $170,000 per year, and high income individuals can have earnings far exceeding this particular threshold, and earnings above this threshold are subject only to taxes meant to finance Medicare, which are smaller than the Social Security tax. And secondly, high income people are likely to receive much more of their income from investments, which are not subject to Social Security taxes at all, and is only subject to a much smaller tax meant to finance Medicare. But anyways, guys, in addition to that, it says that the Medicare and Social Security Fair Share Act would also address this and would increase taxes for just 2% of Americans to improve the finances of these particular two programs. And virtually no one outside of the richest 5% of taxpayers would pay more under this proposal, and 93% of the total tax increase would be paid by the richest 1% alone in the year of 2024. So anyways, guys, if you understood all those particular key findings, you can see exactly why this would pretty much produce more money into the Social Security Trust Fund altogether, which would basically cause, as they are stating, for the Social Security program or the entitlement program to last for years to come, to indefinitely, guys, which is exactly what we would love to see. We do not want this particular program to come to an end because millions of Americans, if not billions of Americans, guys, they have been promised that if they work 30 plus years and then retire, they can sit back at home and enjoy their retirement age and their retirement days by receiving monthly checks from the Social Security Administration office. So we cannot take this away from them after they have been promised this for many, many years during their working career. Wouldn't you guys agree? So anyways, guys, we do need to see lawmakers on Capitol Hill figure out a way to make sure that this Social Security entitlement program, as well as Medicare, is here for the lifetime, for many, many years to come, guys. More than 75 years, guys. And yes, guys, we'll just have to see how this all plays out. Like I said, this is not the first bill that has been introduced, and I'm sure that it will not be the only bill that is introduced. But right now, guys, this is the cream of the crop. This is the bill that we all need to be focused on, and hopefully this will get more traction and that we can actually bring this up for a vote in Congress to see how it stands between the Republicans, the Democrats, and the Senate, as well in the House. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this particular new tax plan and how you feel about this and whether or not you believe that this will actually get more traction in Congress. And guys, I would love to get your take on this altogether. But anyways, guys, if you get a chance, comment down below and let me know how you feel about this new tax plan for those individuals that make more than $400,000 per year. But anyways, guys, other than that, hey, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. But feel free to check out some of the items down below in the description. There are a few opportunities for you to earn some free money or some free cash, such as signing up with Webull, where they are giving away 12 free stocks after you sign up and deposit at least like $1. The good thing about it is that those 12 free stocks that you are going to receive can actually be worth up to $3,000. And all you have to do once they clear is you can sell them and then withdraw all of your money. It is a great way for you to get some free money back into your pockets. Or if you are interested in starting your investing journey, this is a great opportunity. But anyways, that is just one of the options, but be sure to check out all of those links down below in the description. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.